Hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel for the next video. In this video we'll see that JDBC connectivity program using MySQL. So kindly see the video till the end and don't forget to like and subscribe. So let's start with the JDBC program using MySQL. So we'll open this NetBeans, okay, and we are using that JDBC connectivity using MySQL in Windows application. So go to File, New, Project, File, click on the New Project. Then from the categories you have to select this Java application. Click on the Next button. Okay, this is JDBC connectivity MySQL. Okay, so this is JDBC connectivity using MySQL. Yeah, click on the Finish button. So just wait for this. So this is the, so that the codes which are not used, just remove it. So remove the codes which is not required. Yeah, and this is the part where you have to write on the codes. Remember, this is the Windows application. Okay, now we have to use the MySQL connection. Then we'll go to services. We'll open that MySQL connection, right? So from the services tag, we can see that the database tag, you have to explore the database tag. You can see the first one is MySQL, right? So you can see that MySQL, okay, server at localhost 3306 here, and you can see here that is disconnected. Okay, so now you have to connect, right? So right click and then you have to say connect. Okay, so if you write create it, right, so you can see the small window. So already that localhost is written here, that port number is here, then the username is root here, and the password for my computer is root. You can use that password from your computer. Okay, so root is that the username for all that MySQL databases. The only thing is that the password which you have to use. So while you are installing that, you should remember the password so that you can use the password for the connectivity. I will click on this. Okay, so you can see here that it is connected. You can see here that root is here, right? So earlier it was showing that disconnected. Okay, so I have just given that username and password. It is connected now. Now I will create the database now in MySQL. So just click on the right this. Okay, I will use this database name employee, or you can say that college. I will write the name of the college. That is the name of the college, right? So that college is the database name. Okay, I will click on that. Okay, so you can see, just wait for this process. Now after creating that database, I will explore this plus sign to see the database. As you can see here, the database created as a college. Now right click and connect this. Right click and the connect. Again you can see that the password. So I will write here root. Okay, so that you can click on this button. Once it will be connected, now you can see the entire database URL under the drivers. Okay, as you can see here that the entire database URL is written here, jdbc colon mysql colon / localhost colon 3306 slash college, right? So this is a database URL which is added under this drivers. Okay, so now you have to connect this database. Already I have connected this, right? So you can see here the connection that the connect option is disabled. So now we have to create the database. Sorry, already have created the database. Now you have to create the table. So just explore this plus sign under this driver, right? So you can see the table here. Sorry, database which I have created over there. That is what? That is college, right? So just here this is a college, right? So now explore the plus sign here. You can see the table, but no tables are created here. So I will create the table under this college database. So just right click on table, create table. Okay, put the name of this table, that is student. Okay, or I will write here faculty. So I will write the faculty. Then if you want to add that faculties, that name of the column, so I will write here faculty. So f code, I will write here f code. Then it will be integer, so I will write here integer. I can make it primary key. Then faculty name, so I will write here f name. Then it is a character, so I will select it as a character. Size I will put 20. Okay, then another column I can write here this faculty and this department, so I will write the department. Then I will put the character, right? So then I will put just size, and you can write here. So if you want to add more column, then you can click on that add column option. Otherwise just click on that OK button if you don't want to add more columns. So just right click on the OK button, right? So you can see here now the table is added under this college database, right? You can see here the faculty table, and under the faculty table I have added the 3 columns, that is f code, f name, and the department. So you have to you know that add that values in the table. So just right click and see that view data. So in the right side you can see that the SQL command is written here, that is select star from faculty. Okay, and below side you can see here that f code, f name, and the department, but no values are added here, right? So I will insert that value. So I will write here insert into faculty values. Okay, so then 101, then I will write the faculty name Sandeep. I will write the department name, then I will write here IT semicolon. Just you have to run this, select entire insert code, and just go to the top. You can see here that run SQL option is there. Just click on that run SQL option, it will be added. So now I will run this option. You can see that the data is added here in the table. Okay, one more table, if I want to one row, one more rows, that I will write here Nitish. Then I can write here computer. Okay, then I can run this, another value, one more row I can add here 103. Then I will write here Arvind. Okay, then status account. Okay, select it. So now I can say this. As you can see, I have added 3 rows. So the rows are added, but I think if I want to add, you can add here one more. So I can write here this commerce, or I can say this management. You can run this. So one more row is added here. I can run this. So as you can see, the table with that 4 rows created. Okay. So if you want to view this, now you can see this here. So faculty, then view data, directly you can see the table here which is added here. Okay, so this is the first part for creating the table, creating the database, then creating the table and inserting the values. Now the next thing is you have to write down the codes. So the next thing is write down the codes. So you have to go to the projects. The project we have just created, that is JDBC connectivity using MySQL. I will explore this. Under the source code I have this particular code. Okay, so this is Java code. Now I will write down the codes for this JDBC connectivity. So I will write down this first step, that is step 1, that is driver registration process, driver registration using MySql. Okay, but before writing the codes, what you do, just enclose entire code under the try catch block. So I will show you how to encode this. Right, so try, and then you know that every try having the catch block. So catch, then exception. So I will write here exception, control X, just control space bar. Just wait, the plugins will come. So this exception, yeah, so exception E, then select that bracket for this code. So this is the catch block and this is the try block. Okay, so here we have to print that error message. So that control space bar, you can see that error message. So simply we'll print if some errors are there. So I can write here that error. Okay, now the code which we will write, that should be written under this try block, only try block. Okay, if some errors are there, that the catch block will print that error. So we'll start from this step 1, copy it, and this is just step number 1. Okay, and you know, for driver registration, the method name is class dot for name. So simply just control space bar, class dot for name. Simple, we have to write down the codes. Okay, and double quotes, put the semicolon. Right, so we have to just, now you know, under this we have to write down the driver registration URL, and we are using that MySQL. Right, so we are using the MySQL. So how to put the driver registration, because if you don't remember the URL, right, so what to do, go to services, then under the services you have to just go to the driver. So under the driver you have to go to the particular database which you have created. So I have created the college database. So right click and then go click on the properties. Right, so under the properties you can see that you have a driver class. So I can just select it. I have to copy it. This is the driver registration code for this MySQL. Just copy and paste it. So this is the driver registration. As you can see here, the com.mysql.jdbc.driver. Okay, now we will see one step by step. Okay, so what I will see will do, if it is correct, then some message will be printed. For example, driver registered successfully. Okay, so driver registered successfully. Okay, so if step number 1 is correct, then you will see the option, you will see the output that the driver registered successfully, right? So what I will do, I will just right click, I will right click and I will say run file. If it is correct, then the output will come driver registered successfully. So just wait for the output. Once the process will finish, then output will come. Now this process is going on. You just wait for that output. It is still running. Yeah. As you can see here, some errors are there, that java.lang.class not found exception, and that it is a error for this driver, right? And afterwards you can see the com.mysql.jdbc.driver. Now why this error is? Because whenever we are using that JDBC connection through that MySql or through Oracle or through that Derby client, we need to add the libraries. So we have to add the libraries, that is compulsory. So what we'll do, we'll go to project. Okay, under that projects, you know that that is connectivity through MySql. So under this file we have to see that the library. So right click on the library and that add library. You just select the add library. For MySql, that the library is MySql DB driver. You can just see this driver. Yeah, so we have to select the MySql driver, right? You can see here MySql JDBC driver. So you have to select this MySql JDBC driver, just add this driver. So select the add button. Now it is library added. You can see under this library, yeah, so my MySql JDBC driver, okay, it is added. So this is the jar file which is added. Okay, now run this program. Earlier it was showing error. Now so right click and see. Okay, so now you can see that output is driver registered successfully. That means our driver is registered successfully. So that after adding the driver, sorry, this library file, now the driver registered successfully. So this is the driver registration for this MySql. Now we'll go to the second step, that is the step number 2. Okay, this is step number 2. Say this is driver registration using MySql. Now for this connection, you know that connection control space bar, this is connection. So connection, then connection object, yeah, connection object equal to driver manager dot get connection. Okay, and then the URL. So you have to again add the URL for the MySql database. I will put the semicolon here. Okay, you have to select the database, you have to select the URL from this MySql. So what I will do, again I will go to the services tab, then under the services tab we'll go to under this driver. Under the driver we have to select the driver which we have created the database. So again we'll go back, we will right click, we'll click on the properties, then from here we have to select the database URL. So just again copy it Okay, so just copy and paste here. Okay, now default values you have to remove it, right? So these are not the required part, so I will remove all those things. Okay, so this we have to now I will remove all those codes here. Okay, so remove it. Now this is the college is the database name, and then you have to see we have to put the username and password. So right here, for my computer the username is root, and again the password is root. Okay, so again I have to see that if I want to display the okay, so that if I want to display something, I will write here database connected. So database connected successfully. Now if you want to run the program, you can see that both the outcome will come. So just wait for the output. Okay, now you can see that the driver registered successfully and the database connected successfully. So that means we have finished that the driver registration as well as the database connection. So these are the both the things are done properly. Now what next? We have to go to the next step. You have to write down the third step, that is step number 3. We have to use this connection. So this is step number 3. Creating statement. So creating statement. Okay, the step number 2 is that database connection step, or you can say the process. So third step, you have to write down the code statement, control space bar. You can see that statement will come. Yeah, so statement, yeah, so statement, then we have to create the statement object. So stmt equal to control space bar. You can see that con is the object, dot create statement is above, you can see here that create statement, press enter and put semicolon. Now we have to go to the next step, that is step number 4, that is creating the result set. So creating the result set. Okay, now just write down result set, control spacebar, result set. So a result set, then you have to create the result set object. So rs equal to, now we'll use that statement object. So statement object dot execute query. Okay, so we have to select this you know that table name is select star from student, that is the name of the table. Put the semicolon at the end. Then you have to display the result. So the next step is that is step number 5, display the table. Okay, so what we'll do, I will write while rs is the, you know that rs dot next. Basically if the values are present in the table, so we have to search the value from the table. So the method is known as rs dot next. While rs dot next, then enclosed within this okay, so you have to just press you have for printing that system dot out dot println. Okay, there are 3 columns, so you know that rs is the method that the result set object dot get, first one is you know that the faculty code, right? So we'll write that rs dot get int for the numbers, then in the bracket we'll put the column index, right? So that wherever is 0, that is a column number, right? Then we'll concat /t for the space, then again we'll use rs dot get string, so get string column index 2, then we'll concat /t, okay, then rs dot get string, okay, and the column index is 3, and at the end we'll put semicolon. Okay, so this is entire code which we have done here, right? You can see here there is a this is system.out.println for displaying the result. Here rs.getInt, this is the column number 1, then concatenating with the second column, that rs.getString, that is the column number 2, then again rs.getString, that is the column number 3. Okay, so this is for displaying the result. And then so again I can see from the top, as you can see there is no any error, right? So step number 1 for this driver registration using MySql, this is the driver registration code. Okay, then after if it is successful, then you can say the output is driver registered successfully. Then afterwards you have to create the database connection. So the method is connection, then connection URL. Then we have to write down the connection database URL for the MySql. So jdbc colon MySql colon / localhost colon 3306 / college, and then we'll put the username and password. Then we'll create the statement. So then statement and the statement object equal to con.create statement. Then we are creating the result set object. Then we'll write down the execute query. Then finally we have to just display the result. So we'll use this while rs.next method. So while rs.next, then we have to print the result using system.out.println. Okay, now if everything is correct, yes, as per this everything is right, so what we'll do, we will just check the output here, say run file. Just wait for the result. Okay, so that I have created the code faculty, right? So that I will change this faculty. Okay, now I will run this. Now everybody can see that the first step already we have seen, that the second step already we have seen, route, right? Then that these are the values which we have added in that MySQL table is fetched through this program. So this is the entire process for MySQL connection. We have to write down all the steps, then we'll run the program and we can see that the output. So watch my video and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.